What is up, guys? Today in this video I'm gonna show y'all how to manual swap your SC400. Quick little overview of the car. This is a 95 SC400. I just got it lowered on some BC coils, snatched these wheels with somebody off of Facebook Market, put some blast pipes in the back. I got full KBD body kit on there. I got all the parts over here. I got this belt housing, got the throwout bearing, I also got the rod with all the little, with the pilot bearing and this pivot little thing. It goes right here. I got a transmission mount out of a manual SC300, so these bolts will line up to the cross member over there that underneath the trainee, and that should just bolt right up to this motor mount over here. You see how the bolts are, this one bolt, oh, I have it backwards. This bolt will just line up over here to this one, so just move this one over here and then that should be all good. But I got that. Also got obviously I need the slave cylinder, clutch slave cylinder. I got the clutch, I got the flywheel under here. This one doesn't have the little ring for the starter, but we'll see how I'll make that work. Got the pressure plate right here. Got my pedals over here. The reason this is specifically made for a SC300, so the reason I went out on these is just to make the swap a little bit easier. Just drill the holes and that's it. Got the master cylinder right here. Got the little rubber boots for over here. And I'll leave a link to all these parts I got in the description below. Here's Akina, Japan. This is where I got the adapter plate and all that kind of stuff. Akina. Alright guys, I took out the trainee. I'm gonna give you a brief little overview of what I had to do to take it out. Obviously, jack up the car on some stands, put it on some stands, be safe, work safe, guys. Take off the drive shaft, which was really easy. It was 17mm bolts. Took out the connectors. I had one here, two over here, this one, these two, and this one over here. And then the trainee lines, this one was super seized up and it ripped off, but I wasn't gonna use it anyways, so took that off. And the shifter and this other trainee line, the shifter, I just cut it because it was kind of tight down there with the exhaust in the way, but I did that. It has a dipstick over here somewhere. Oh yeah, and this sensor, don't forget about this sensor. It had a dipstick on the oil pan. Is on the oil pan, but I just cut that off. And once I had the trainee out, I could get the rest of the dipstick out. And then I had this little, I feel like this is like a cruise control kind of cable. It ran up across the trainee up to the throttle body over there. I just disconnected that, yanked it down, because this actually goes into the trainee itself. But I wasn't gonna use it. I could have just cut it off, but I didn't have a pair of wire cutters here. And then I got the 17s up here. It's just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 down there. This is a little guide right there. But and then I think there's some at the bottom. So around that much. Then the torque converter, it had 6 bolts. These were 14mm, 3, 6, and just spun the engine, just held down the engine with a ratchet and came right out. And that's about it. I had troubles taking out the exhaust because the bolts were super seized up and they just kept stripping. But I managed to take out this passenger side catalytic converter out. And I had one bolt stuck on this one, but I couldn't take it out. So I just bent the whole exhaust system. See, I was trying to cut it here, but I ran out of blades. But I just bent it. It came out really easily. To be honest, I don't really think you need to take out the exhaust, but yeah, that's my little share right there. And the plan for my exhaust system, I'm gonna run straight pipes just to the headers, just because I don't feel like cutting into my cats and doing all that kind of stuff. So just run straight pipe, heat wrap it, put some shields on it, which I saved the shields right here from the cats. I saved all these shields so I can probably do some kind of makeshift, so it won't be messing with a slave cylinder or anything like that. I'm gonna wait on the exhaust until I have the training in and relocate the shifter back. So I took out the center console all the way out through because I wanted as much space as I could get so I could do this right. So I want the shifter to come straight out of here, this hole right here. That's where the original shifter was supposed to come out of. And so right now I just moved all the wires out the way. Hopefully, I don't know if I have to take out this little, what is this? It looks like some kind of airbag thing. Hopefully I don't gotta take that out, but if I do, it's all right. Not a big deal. So where I'm at with the pedals is here's a new pedal right here. It's supposed to be for SC400, but we're using it on the 400. And here's the brake pedal. Oh god. As you can see right here, it's basically the same thing as the automatic. The only thing is that this one is just a little bit slimmer. But to be honest, you could just cut this right here. Cut it and reuse this. There's a little difference on the bend right there, but it's alright. But like I was saying, I was having trouble taking out the center console. So for anybody who's trying to take out the center console, there's gonna be this little box right here. All the Phillips you see here, just take them out, and then it's hiding this bolt underneath. And then the little padding that they have under here, just take that out. And then there's 10s right there. And there's also bolts on the corners right here. You gotta take care of those too, because I was pulling it without knowing about those, and I kind of broke this one a little bit, but it's all right. So that's that. So far, I've drilled just those two little holes right there for the studs to go through for the master cylinder, and I drilled one hole right there, you can see in the middle. But at the time I didn't have this. This will allow me to drill the hole bigger, so just enough so I can fit this actual middle piece right here that goes through the firewall. I have drilled, starting to drill already. You can see right there, starting to drill. They make it real nice, and they have like a little imprint there, so you know what you're doing. Just whenever you're drilling, just be careful. Check on in the engine bay that you're not catching any wires or anything like that. As you can see, I got some wires here. You just gotta be careful with the wires, because you don't want to catch none of those. Let me fix this lighting real quick. I got all these wires here for my LEDs and all that kind of stuff, but it's just poking through right there. But yeah, just make sure you don't catch none of that. These wires are important. Yeah, so I'll give you an update in a little bit. All right, got the holes drilled in. Now it should slip in like so. I took off the little piece that actually connects to the metal, to the pedal, I mean, right there. So it could give me enough room to just wiggle it around. Boom. And just like that, your car is now manual swap. Boom, let's go. Okay, it took me a little bit to do that, but it's a big moment, guys. All right, I had to remove, you see that little black piece right there? they had a whole like GPS looking thing going all the way to some kind of module over here. I got the pedal fitted. I got the master cylinder in there. I just gotta put the this little banjo bolt. Oh, here it is. I gotta put this banjo bolt into there, and then I can run my line I can run my line just straight down there underneath the brake booster, and then all the way to the slave cylinder. But it's nice and tight. It's pretty good. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna put this wire. I could probably just leave it right here, but I'd rather have it more professional. But in the inside, it's pretty solid. Here's the pedal. Let me move all this junk out of the way. It was pretty solid. I had to cut that little heat, little sound deadening thing or whatever. I had to cut that a little bit so I could fit it nice. But this kit, is pretty good. It also comes with a bracket, and there's a hole already made right there. See if it'll focus. There was a hole already there on the chassis, so all I had to do was just line it up and put that bolt in. I should probably put washers on all these bolts. The kit didn't come with any washers, so I might just take them out for right now and put washers on there, but I'm just fitting it right now. I got that loose right now because I don't know. I'm gonna put the other pedal in and see how far it sits, and so I can have the clutch and the brake kind of even here. So I just gotta do that. And I got these little brackets. This is for I think this is for the steering. Here it is. The steering control, and then this one's for the security. The security right there, theft. I'm just gonna put those two on. I did also take out the cruise control one. Here's the cruise control. I took this one out, but I'm not gonna put this back on because I'm not gonna be running with cruise control on this because there's a cable already, and I already over here deleted the little cruise control module here, so I'm not gonna be running any of that. So this can go to the junk pile. And yep, so far everything's going pretty smooth. I still gotta find a line. I'm thinking about ordering a little stainless steel braided line so I can run from here all the way down to the slave cylinder. So I gotta do that. I'm waiting on my rear main seal because my rear main seal is totally shot. Let me show y'all real quick. As you can tell, I need a rear main seal ASAP. That is gross. I'm also leaking oil over here on this dummy plug back there. I don't know if you can see. We gotta fix that, which should be no big issue. I broke almost every single bolt on here, except for this lucky one right there. But I might as well just finish breaking that one off because it might break in the future. So I gotta do all that, which I'm not looking forward to. What else? That's it for right now. I'm thinking about just leaving these resonators on, and that's about it. Gotta fix this too. You gotta love exhaust. So yep, that's it for now. All right, after a couple of days, I'm finally back at it. This flywheel right here, got the best of me and totally tore up my finger. But other than that, we are good now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind down these welds a little bit right here, just enough so I can get the cutting disc in there and kind of cut that weld out, so I could get this ring gear and slap it on top of here, this lip right here. My original plan was to machine this down and slap this flywheel like right on the back of this, but I guess I just see if this works. If not, it's not that hard to find a 1UZ flywheel around here in these junkyards. There's plenty of those everywhere. So yep, here's a little quick overview of what I had to do with a flywheel. Okay, that's better. So what I did was I cut a slit on the welds and got an air hammer and busted the weld open a little bit, and then it popped right out. Now all I gotta do is just grind these off, these little like lip right here, just so it can fit nice and smooth. Look at that. The fitment on this is like almost perfect. I just gotta grind this down a little bit, these little lips. I'm gonna be using this, and yeah. All right, quick little update. I got the ring gear in here. Fits perfect like a glove. Look at that. This is engine side because this sits right on the crankshaft, and you can see right here, these are the teeth where the starter is. So that's how I know this is the engine side. And I have to keep repeating that to myself, so I know that that's the engine side. Make sure you mark them. But see, that thing is like flush. So what I want to do is I'm not gonna weld back here, because that's like it's gonna be, the weld is gonna be sitting kind of high and it's gonna be kind of weak. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld right here on this seam, just in a couple spots, and then let it go like that. I opened this up a little bit so I can slide it into the crankshaft because it was kind of tight, and that's how I busted my finger. So just recently I got my rear main seal. I've been waiting 2 weeks for that, but either way, right now I'm about to change it. As you can see, it's super crusty. I'm about to just take these 10s out right here, and then these two right here, pops right out, clean up all this junk. I gotta do the oil pan gasket because that is crusty. But either way, I gotta do the oil pan gasket too, but that's for another day. But right now I'm just gonna concentrate on doing the rear main seal because I don't wanna put on the trainee, and you know, might as well, since I'm already here, just replace the rear main seal. So that's what I'm about to do real quick. Here's a little time lapse. All right, just like that, got the rear main seal out. Don't mind that, we're all good now. Look at how crusty this is. And this is over here. I gotta clean all that out. Over here, down here on this lip too, gotta clean that out. All cleaned up, nice and clean. And this is nice and clean too. Look at that. So all I gotta do is just slap this on there, and I'm gonna clean the outside, like all this stuff on the outside, as much as I can. But for now, I'm just gonna do that. Just cleaned it up a little bit. I'm not gonna do too much to it because since the silicone is fresh, I don't want to get the brake parts cleaner on it and, you know, do this all again later. So we're just gonna leave it like that for now. Just make sure whenever y'all doing rear main seals, put some grease, because if not, you can rip the seal, and it's not gonna fit right. I almost forgot to tell y'all about that, but I just put some regular grease on here, and it slid right in, real smooth. So yeah, tighten up everything, and training's ready to go up. All right, guys, I got the training almost up. Everything looks like it's going fine up front. Up here, it hits right here before I can put these this cross member in. So I gotta drill a little hole right here, or I'm gonna cut a little square here so I can poke that shifter through. And trans tunnel looks good, nothing's hidden. This is a fairly small tranny, so fits about good in here. I just gotta make sure there's nothing in the inside that's gonna that I'm gonna cut through any wires or anything up here, but I did a pretty good job of clearing everything out. Yeah, so had to open up the door to let the air ventilate, because has that burnt smell, but whatever. I totally forgot to disconnect the battery during this whole entire process, so make sure you disconnect the battery. I got lucky this time, and none of the airbags blew on me, because I kind of barely nicked that little box in the middle right here. See that box? But whoa. So this is attempt number 2, and I gotta push it in more, but it's not fitting over here, so I gotta cut this cut a little bit more that way towards the engine, so I can get that shifter to scoot forward enough and up, so I can get it in over here. I lined it with the guides. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it up here right now. It's a little crooked, but hopefully it doesn't fall. And I'm just going to grind it out right there, up to this bolt right here, like around here. And make sure y'all put like a rag or something in here, since I don't have my shifter, so no dirt or nothing, none of that gets in here. So all right, second time was almost there. There's this little lip right here, you can see this little lip right here is getting caught on this. I got the bell housing already, I got the training already bolted to the block, to the engine. I just gotta trim down just a little bit more over here. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be cutting the drive shaft. So be cutting this right here off. This is the Tacoma drive shaft. So I'm gonna be cutting that, and I'm gonna cut it from right here, tack it, and mock it up. And if it looks like it's gonna work, I'm gonna just fully weld it, and that's it. As you can see, I needed this little bush in here. This thing was shot, but good thing I'm getting rid of this. The one in the back looks fine, so I shouldn't have any problems with this one. Looks good. But yeah, I'm just gonna be using this little yoke over here or whatever over here, and that's it. So yep, let me get to it. All right, so right now this is the SC400 drive shaft. I just took it out from the rest of it. That's where the diff goes. So this is like a 2-piece drive shaft, and I just took it out. Cut off the, throw it away already. This is where it connects to the tranny on the automatic. It goes right here, just cut it off. Right when it gets kind of thick, right there. Right now I'm cleaning it out. Gotta clean out up here. This is the Tacoma one. And then it slips right in, look at this. Boom, it went in. So maybe, hopefully I can just weld it right here. Maybe I might have to grind down the rest of this nice and flat. Then I'm gonna tack it and put it together, and then take it over there to my car and test fit it. See if I need to cut off more over here. I'm probably gonna have to take off more over here, probably like an inch or so, because this is about let's see, 8 inches from here to over here. Let's see, I got the tape measure right here. It's kind of hard doing this with a little hand, but I am experienced enough to do this. Experienced enough to do this. 8, about 8, I guess, I don't know. And then that's gonna be way out here, like over here. So most likely I'm gonna have to cut over here, like over here. But we're gonna see. It's better to test fit it and make sure I need to cut off than to add onto the drive shaft. Because if I gotta add, I don't even know what I'm gonna have to do. But it's best to just cut off, take off, then add on. So I'm gonna do that for right now. Start cleaning up and start tacking. All right. This is how I'm doing the shifter. I'm using the original automatic shifter little bracket down here. So, and I just grabbed the tie rod and welded this plate onto here and welded the tie rod to the plate. And I just got this little rod, connected it over here with another tube on the actual shifter. And it could be cleaner, but I mean, I'm just using what I have laying around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these holes back to their original spots, because originally it was over here, but I didn't really, since I didn't have the center console here and anything, I really didn't know how far back it was, and my seat was laid all the way back. But I'm just gonna put it here, and I'm just gonna shorten up the shifter. I'm just gonna cut about like an inch off, and then weld it, and then have it just go like that. So I mounted the flywheel to the crankshaft, turned it on, everything's perfect, everything's smooth. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for bolts, put the pressure plate to the flywheel, and so I'm doing that right now. Which, lucky for me, I got a jar full of 12mm bolts. So this should be an easy task. I really hate looking for bolts, but it's whatever. Right now, I'm right on the clutch line, and I'm wrapping it with a rubber hose. I feel like since this is so close to the exhaust, that I'm gonna be having a lot of troubles with slave cylinder going out, or I don't know. So I'm trying to take the right precautions. Oh, also rubbing. So I'm wrapping it. I wrap this all with rubber hose and some zip ties for now. But I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna just run the line right on this little lip, but on the other side over here, and just run it across. And right now I took off the bell housing off the tranny, this right here, and I just put the slave cylinder in there just so I could mock it up real quick, because I didn't have the tool to align the clutch and all that. But I found one laying around at the house, and I'm about to put on the flywheel. But for right now, since I have the space, I'm gonna use this space to route this line nice and good, and keep it from rubbing anywhere, like right here. And I'm just gonna close it like that. So I put the bolt back on there, but I decided to run this clutch line underneath the steering rod, and it goes up through there. Also, I've been reading forums, and I was trying to crank it up the other day, but it wouldn't crank up because of the safety, this little safety neutral switch. So what I ended up doing is I just took these two and I just put them together, and it cranked right up. So this is like a solid black, and then black with white stripe off of this big connector. So I did that, and it cranked right up. I still gotta route my reverse lights and all that, but I need to find the sensor that goes to the actual trainee, so I can this little sensor right here is my I believe this is my reverse, for my reverse. But I need to find a little plug that goes into here so I can splice the wires and connect it. But other than that, everything's going pretty smooth. So I ran to the auto parts store and got some gear oil for this thing, or some trainee fluid, whatever it calls for. This is 75W90. I drained it all already, so I'm just gonna pop this screw on and just fill it up, lay it on the side and fill it up. All that's taken care of now, so I'm just gonna put this on for the last time. And it's all filled with oil right now, so that's good. I already got the shifter. I got the drive shaft already done. I just gotta tighten this up. It's kind of loose. It doesn't go all the way in, so I'm just gonna smack it a little bit more and have it go in. But yeah, almost done with this thing. Once I finish putting the trainee in and putting the shifter and all that, I'm gonna bleed the clutch, and if everything goes smooth, do the exhaust. Alright guys, I had the exhaust mocked up, but I have a bunch of exhaust leaks, so I'm just gonna weld it. We're in our first test drive, and so this with a makeshift shifter, everything looking good. Sorry for the camera angles and stuff like that, but everything's working so good so far. I got a lot of exhaust leaks though. I think it's a double.